Hello and welcome to something a little bit different. Instead of your normally scheduled 18 WJTS Inform program, we will instead be airing the lifetime achievements of the newly inducted Active Laureate Butch Klem of Klem Furniture Company, courtesy of Junior Achievement of Southwestern Indiana and produced by Brescher Filming and Photography. Please enjoy and thank you so much for watching 18 WJTS. Local people watching local people.
Grew up in St. Anthony as one of 5 kids. Had 3 sisters and a brother. That many people in the house. I spent all my free time and my summers with my grandpa, and my grandpa taught me a lot about work. That gave me an experience. I mean, to drive a tractor when you're 6 and 7 years of age, to drive a 2-ton truck when you're 12 years of age. I got some young experience of what work's all about. Looked into buying a liquor store, looked into opening up putt-putt golf course, looked into doing numerous things, and finally said, well, if I can find a building, I could build furniture. So I told Kathy we'll drive around, look for a building. Found that machine shed, rented it for $50 a month, and I needed to buy equipment. Went down to Sears and bought all the equipment, cost $3,700. And they said they can give me a Sears credit card for $3,000. The other $750 I had to pay for out of my pocket. Put it all on a pickup and hauled it home and set up furniture.
I remember him mentioning laminate tabletops, and my first thought was, who's going to buy these tops? Well, who will we sell them to, and how are you going to do this? And I said, I'm not sure about this, but I remember on a Sunday we went to look for a building for him to do this, to follow his dream. So it was definitely questions, but it blossomed. You know, there were challenges along the way, but somehow, some way, you know, with every challenge, you know, hard work pays off, and it worked.
This company was built again around Long John Silver's back in the early 70s and 80s. When I started, we were doing that. I mean, we'd been, again, used to the 1s and 2s, and then all of a sudden, here's a customer going, okay, we're going to be doing desktops, and we're going to be giving you a lot of them. And we're like, how much is a lot of them? Well, we were running 2 semi-truckloads a week to Iowa. Plus, we were doing rails, transition rails between the desk and the end panel, and we got up to doing 60,000 a week. And I mean, to go from a custom onesie, twosie company to that production, I mean, we could do it.
You know, when I started, it was a lot smaller facility than what it is now. We had to work hard. And, you know, today, me being here as long as I have, I don't see that work ethic in a lot of people anymore. And I think back of how we did things, the people nowadays just wouldn't work like that anymore. That is why Butch's business has been successful, because he had people that had work ethic and gave it a good hard work every day.
The very first customer is really interesting, because that was in the small shop where Butch kind of renovated it, and the customer was actually going to come down and visit the shop, and we were keeping our fingers crossed because we really were not set up for the customer to see this shop. And we were like, oh my goodness, they can't come down and see us because we're not prepared for this. Well, luckily they couldn't make it. So we were fortunate that they couldn't make it, because then, but they bought the furniture, and it was our very first order, and so it blossomed.
Approaching business, we like to find a customer that we can grow with, and it's so easy if you can satisfy a customer and grow with the customer, making them a quality product. Our motto always has been, we only have 3 things to offer, and that's quality, service, and pricing. And we're not going to get all 3 right. If we get all 3 right, we're going to go out of business. So we pride ourselves on service and quality. We just had customers that was challenging us to grow, and we had to get the financing and the building to support it.
And even today, we're getting calls from customers that knew Butch from back in the 70s and 80s. And still dealing with some of the Long Johns out there. So, but his dream was to grow and take this to the level that I don't think he even thought it could go to. So, and we got there, and we're still growing today.
After all these years, I'm still here because Butch has been a good boss. He's been there, he's like family to me. You know, he's been there for my kids, you know, growing up, and you know, as excited as I was when different things happened in their life. You know, he makes his visits in here, and you know, he's always concerned about me and my family and my grandkids, and he's just a good all-around family man, and I just love him.
The thing I enjoyed most is the satisfaction of going to a restaurant and seeing the furniture, sitting on the furniture, traveling, and every time I traveled, I know Kathy got embarrassed a lot because I turned the chair over to see who was making the furniture, and I always wanted to find out who was doing that, and then we would try to contact that company and maybe make their furniture. And then the growth and the fulfillment of the employees. We try to take care of our employees real well, and that's why we have so many of them that have retired here, and a lot of them that's got 40 years of service.
Summers, we did Holiday World. We took the kids swimming locally. We didn't take a lot of long vacations because by then the business was demanding traveling a lot. So Butch did travel a lot because he did a lot of the sales himself. You know, our kids maybe, they really respected it more now as we're older, and they respected it. They didn't respect the business when it was growing because of all the many hours that we did put into the business. Our children, they were very involved when they were younger, but they went on to college and decided to do bigger and better things.
For the junior achievement advice would be, have an idea or a product that you want to do, have a passion for it, be willing to put the hard work in it, and stay committed. There's so many entrepreneurs in Dubois County, and I think that what makes that, I look at this and saying, well, number one, everybody's got a hard work ethic in Dubois County. Number two, everybody seems to be very competitive, you know. And then number three, there's a lot of German heritage here, and I think they're so damn stubborn that they don't think they can work for anybody else. So they set up a business, and they're willing to do the hard work. And that's why we have so many entrepreneurs. I travel a lot, and I don't see any community like Dubois County.